nothing really matters for these guys. The truth doesn't matter. The rules or anything like that doesn't matter. I want Trump to win. You will not turn things around by denying reality or insulting moderates. Drop your egos. It's so funny. Dude, no, they're like, are we trusting polls now? I love that. Yes. No, you're right. You shouldn't trust the polls. Trump is doing great. MAGA influencers need to chill out and stop acting like losers. You're not helping anything. In fact, you're actively hurting Trump. Joe Rogan is a celebrity. Suddenly, we're supposed to care about celebrity opinions. The internet is not real life. Sign off and harvest a ballot. I love that they are doing this. It's like, bro, you can't say MAGA influencers chill out and stop acting like losers when you look like this, okay? When you are the quarter pounder. But yeah, they're in a dire situation and they recognize it. And why? Why are they in a dire situation? Because the Democratic Party, for the first time ever in a sequence of W after W, has actually responded to the pressure because it happened to be a perfect planet-aligned moment where the donors, the voters, and Nancy Pelosi, most importantly, were all in agreement that Biden needs to get swapped out of the ticket. So they responded to that pressure and they did it. Then they followed along with that additional pressure and made another good move. They made Tim Walz the VP, basically locking them down on progressive policies, making bold, declarative, out and about progressive policies your mainstay, your actual platform, okay? All the while, notice how Republicans have no response to that because they are not used to running against a good strategy. Do you understand? Republicans are not used to running against actual good strategy. They don't know how to do it. They've never done it. They don't know what to do. They're flailing. Kind of new to American politics. Does the VP have actual any political leverage? It can. The VP is supposed to be like the person who controls Congress, both in the Senate, but also like the person who just basically controls Congress, like is the surrogate for the presidency. These guys are not wrong, but what they fail to comprehend is they fed into the Republicans being psychotic losers and extra weird. Okay, they did that. It's you guys, dumbass. You can't just like swap it out in the last second. You can't just like do incredibly weird, hyper focused on trans panic, hyper focused on like the skull science narratives for years and years and years. And then in the last moment, turn around and be like, oh, we were actually normal. Like we were trying to just cut taxes. Like what? I don't understand. Like you can't do that. You already primed the schizos in your base.
Real quick on all this dumb infighting and melting down. First it was Kyle Rittenhouse. Now it's Joe Rogan. Look, Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2016 and Trump won easily. Has everybody who is one of these mega influencers completely forgot about 2016 and how every poll had Hillary ahead until the very end? Has everybody forgot how Cory Bush had a million Twitter followers and got beat by a relative nobody with 10,000 Twitter followers? Twitter is not real life. It's getting really cringe seeing so many of these quote-unquote mega influencers melt down and react emotionally to what is obviously a Kamala psyop. These images that get out that many people are saying are AI. The fact that she had a concert in a wildly popular band's hometown, and it was a free concert of Bon Iver in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Their home.
He's like, hey man, don't be weird and like over the top right wing, while simultaneously repeating talking points that he saw on Twitter that are weird and over the top right wing. That it's a psyop. That the only reason why there's a lot of momentum behind Kamala Harris is because of Bon Iver. Like, are you insane? Or Bon Iver, however you say it. Like, you are the problem, dumbass. Also, this is really funny. Apparently, again, abject denial of reality. He made a video on me. Someone just sent me the link. Leftoids meltdown over Trump. It's not working, man. Only 100,000 views. Big dog, what's happening?
It for a long time. The Nelk Bros gave him a big gift. Here's HasanAbi's.
It is quite literally an FEC campaign contribution violation. Okay, just so you understand, I am right. He is wrong. Doesn't really matter because nothing really matters for these guys. The truth doesn't matter. The rules or anything like that doesn't matter. But again, you are the weirdo, okay? You are the weirdo. You are the reason why so many in the base is so primed and ready to go with like these unhinged conspiracies that make everybody look differently at the Republican Party.
Hometown. Everyone's like, oh my God, the Kamal phenomenon is real. Trump needs to fire his campaign manager. Oh my God. Holy crap. I'm getting
like, bro, you can't come back from being a basement pisser, right? You just can't. Like, you're already a weirdo in every sense of the word, right? But like beyond that, you're also pumping out videos daily about like trans panic shit. Like those are the real reasons why the Republicans are seemingly very off-putting.
Fired a lot of these mega influencers that are suddenly now doom pilling because the point of the Kamala psyop is exactly this, and you're falling for it. Okay, I'm not going to call anyone out by name because you know it's not helpful. But the fact is, all these huge crowds and all these polls that are coming out.
Hold on, I gotta quote retweet this. You're giving him a platform. He already has a big platform. Shut the fuck up. I don't know, to be honest, the trans stuff does kind of do numbers. Yes, weird but trans online. Okay? That's the whole point. What does numbers online doesn't translate to votes because the motherfuckers that vote are your grandparents, okay? Are your parents. They're business owners. They ain't online like you are. Oddly specific? Yeah, oddly specific to him. This is what he does. Have deluded ultra online right wing grievances, normal voters. Weirdos don't realize they are the problem, and it's far too late to change trajectory after making 8 videos a day about Brie Larson and Dylan Mulvaney. Republicans have deluded themselves into thinking ultra online right wing grievances are shared by normal voters. Like, that's the phenomena that actually works when you're really online, right? That's why, here, I'll give you an example about myself. Many of you, because you use Twitter all the time, think like, oh, Hasan, you are hated by so many people. You are just like genuinely despised by people. People hate you. They want to kill you. And there are a shit ton of people who do hate me, okay? They're just not in the real world. Most people have no clue who I am. I keep trying to explain to you guys this, right? I am not like a household name at all. If you have an opinion on me at all beyond like, oh, I think that's like the progressive guy, right? He's like does shit online. He's like an online progressive guy. If you have an opinion on me that is super strong in either direction, that means you're probably very online, okay? That's it. Most people know me as like the guy who played Among Us with AOC, not even as the 9/11 guy. Any young people who I mention you to know you as the rich millionaire guy claiming to be socialist? Yes, that is an indication of who you see, okay? That's the whole point. If you think that there are literally like a ton of people who are like, oh, this is a socialist hypocrite guy, you're talking to extremely online people, okay? That's what I'm trying to explain. Most people might know you as at most a D-list celebrity in the real world. Exactly. If you're in here and you're primed and you literally watch me every day, yeah, you develop this attitude that like everyone must know who he is and everyone must feel the same way that I do. They either love him or they just hate him because you see all the negative shit on Twitter. This is not ego. Please understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, okay? The words that are coming, listen to what I am saying and develop some kind of comprehension of what I am saying, okay? Most people in the real world do not know who I am. I am not a relevant figure in most people's lives. I might be relevant in your life, and I might be very relevant in the lives of my haters whose brains I live in rent-free, but most people don't know who the fuck I am, okay? Why am I talking about this? Because I need you to understand there is a massive difference between what plays online and what works in the real world, or what is interesting to people in the real world. There's also a massive difference between what plays online and what actually motivates someone to go out and vote for a party. Genuinely asking Hasan, would you agree that Fox News is perpetuating these chronically online takes or no? Yes, they are. Fox News is also dialed in. That is still bad electorally. How do we get into this conversation? We got into this conversation because TheQuartering, Quarter Pounder, Tim Pool, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, they have all dove headfirst into this narrative and fed into these kinds of panics. So it's far too late for these guys to change direction.
call anyone out by name because, you know, it's not helpful. But the fact is, all these huge crowds and all these polls that are coming out, they have one goal, and that's to make you panic and make you demoralized and make you give up. And you guys are falling for it. It's so obvious. How can you not see this? Stop tweeting about how, oh my God, the polls, oh, Trump's got to make a major change. No, he doesn't. Kamala's going to get on that debate stage. Kamala's going to have to answer questions eventually. Kamala's going to have to do the town hall, and everyone's going to remember how unlikable and how much of a crotch she is, okay? So stop being babies and get out there and harvest a ballot. That's how you win. That's how winning is done. While you guys are all crying on Twitter about, oh my God, a 21-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse didn't endorse Trump, all you're doing is pushing away potential Trump voters. Your followings are exclusively Trump voters. You aren't making a change. You're just turning people off. Chill. Stop.
He's not wrong about that. Vote shaming turns people off.
Falling for the psyop, the obvious psyop.
Yeah, but it's not a psyop, dumbass. You participated in the psyop. If you think the Democrats were playing 5D chess to make you guys so hyper-focused on the weirdo narratives that you think, the weirdo narratives that you personally think are like really, really important top-of-mind issues, and you're wrong. Anyway, I do personally love that these guys are going nutty mode.